I get a lot of people saying, well, it's just a troll. Don't let it upset you. It's not somebody that matters. And that is true for 99% of the people that attack me, but not for my aunt, because she's family. And yes, I am angry. Yes, I am very, very triggered every time my aunt posts anything. I am triggered by her existence on YouTube because she is an elder in my life who ignored the abuse and forced me to be silent about it. How many times did Kathy tell me that they didn't want to hear those things? They didn't want to talk about those things. Send me to another room or just tell me to be quiet. I was a kid. There was nothing I could do but tell the elders in the family what was happening. And when I told my elders, I was told to deal with it, to live with it, and to be quiet. And as I got older, I was drugged so that they could control me better. My grandmother used to give me her anxiety medications. When I was 13, I was already so emotionally fucked that they couldn't take me to Disneyland unless they put me on Xanax first. At 13. How much was Kathy willing to ignore, to look past for her own narcissistic vision of the world? And then after my grandmother passed away, they took everything. Ignored the fact that there was a clear will that took care of me and just abandoned me to die there. Schizophrenic, unmedicated, CPTSD, homeless, no money, no friends or family, just alone. When they took everything. The only thing they left me wasn't really mine because they didn't give me a deed to it. She says it's possible to get that deed, but they never told me how, and I was never able to figure it out. I was never mentally capable of figuring out how to get the only thing that they allowed me to have until it was taken away. I got to California through friends online. Friends that were not connected to my family in any way. Friends who cared about me and wanted to see me get help. I went to a doctor and a therapist here in California on my own. I got medicated on my own without my family interjecting themselves to tell me how embarrassing it is to be medicated, to be schizophrenic. For 5 years, I medicated myself. I took care of myself. I was homeless. But I was surviving on my own without my family. And they knew what I was going through. And they did nothing to help. They silently watched until I got my Section 8. And they realized that I wasn't going to die out there in those streets. And they were going to have to take action to silence me. That's why Kathy is on YouTube. Specifically to silence me. It has nothing to do with protecting her family name that I don't even share. Her children don't even share the same fucking last name as her. What family name is she protecting? She's full of shit. As most narcissists are. If you look close enough to what they're saying, you'll find the narcissist is speaking complete trash 90% of the time. But it sounds pretty. And that's all that matters to the narcissist. And that's what Kathy is. Kathy was able to sleep soundly for 30 years while my mother was being beat. She was able to silence me when I spoke up about it then. I'm not sleeping soundly. I still hear my parents fighting in my dreams. I'll probably never not hear my mother crying or my father threatening. I don't know what it's like to be that person, but Kathy does. She lived 30 years sleeping soundly while it was happening. The most important thing to her has always been silencing me. And I'm not going to be silent. She may have multiple channels trying to help her, but I am still going to speak my truth. She can't be allowed to silence me forever the way that she was when I was a child, because I'm not a child anymore. And she's not in control anymore. Not of my life or my narrative.